can't see the curvature of the Earth because your eyes are round. Well, then Jamie should be able to see it. Chris Jobs Aquarium tanks with the $4.20 super chat. I think by looking at Mike's eyes, we know what that means. Thank you, Chris.
Technical answer, only if it's from Flip Aquatics could it handle that load.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're clearly superior.
Clearly superior.
Knows how to handle a load.
That's right. Wow, who is this guy?
Right, Bob? Man, he's been voted out of the league.
This is the best part. I think Bob literally got tears coming out his nose at this point.
I told you guys. I told you. Turn away. Turn away. This is the extended intro. That is right. On the right channel. All right. So, once again, I started streaming on the wrong channel. So, Fish Tank Barn with the first deuce of the night. Thank you. I appreciate it. Before the stream. Also, before the stream, Rich has become our latest member. So, thank you, Rich. Let's keep Corey in the past. I have no idea what that means, but he will always be in the past, the present, and the future. What a crappy hat. Where can I get one? This was only $6. It's really hot, though. I've only been wearing it for about 10 minutes, and it's really, really hot. So we'll see how long I make it. Yeah, so I was supposed to have a guest on tonight. Jimmy. A lot of people guessed Corey, but it was Jimmy. It was Corey's fish, but Jimmy's picture. So that's why I think people were guessing Corey. But Jimmy's insanely busy right now, and he did not get home in time. So you're stuck with me. And why wouldn't my dad call me right when I start? Hello? I did call, but now I'm live on YouTube, so I can't talk. I'll call you after. Okay. All right. Bye. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. I called him like an hour ago. And I'm like, I know he's going to call as soon as I start. Like he's sitting there watching, waiting for me to go live. Wolfblade333 says, I plan on starting my first aquarium soon. Are there any reliable online stores? Do you mean for equipment or fish? Fish or equipment? My store will be back online next week. For equipment, you can go to Aquarium Co-op. Of course, Amazon. But if you want to support fish stores, Aquarium Co-op, I don't even know. I don't honestly, I don't even keep track of who has stores anymore. I'm digging the new live phone call segment. Chris, you were in the intro. Did you see it? Did you see it? When the rents are old, you always have to answer. You never know. Reliable Bob. Put him on speaker. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So anyways, Jimmy is not here. We were going to drop a huge announcement that I'm pretty sure he's already told everyone, so it might not be a big announcement. We're talking about Jimmy Gimbal. Jimmy is going to be my neighbor. He is literally moving like a mile away from me. So that was a big announcement. And I made it without you, Jimmy. Too bad. Too bad. So sad. Eric says, I bought 225-gallon tanks in 4 days. I have a problem. That doesn't sound like a problem to me. I don't think you'll convince anyone in here that that's a problem. Wolfblade says, I mean, for fish, the pet store around here doesn't have a good supply of fish. You can go to dansfish.com. Of course, there's my website, but it's not up right now. But yeah, probably one of the better places I think would be Dan's Fish for fish online. KG Ciclet says, woo, Bob and Jimmy content. Yeah, well, he's still going to be insanely busy. And yeah, so I don't know how much Bob and Jimmy content. We're going to start the podcast again, I think. But who really knows? Who really knows? Sympathies, Bob? Sympathies for what? For what, Bob? He gonna be on Thursday? Possibly. You never really know with Jimmy. He's kind of a fly by the seat of his pants kind of guy. Up to 6 tanks now? You're getting up there. That's, I think you have to get into double digits before it's like multiple tank addiction. Multiple tank syndrome. Benny's Aquatics, what's up, buddy? Matt, hello. Got them for a steal. They were both full setups, total 500 for 2 125s, stands, lights, filters. It's pretty dang good. Mike says, Bob, I got a project video for you. My 125 needs resealed. It was a sad weekend. I saw the video. Nothing but sympathy here, my friend. I've been there. Reseal video. I don't know that I would ever do a reseal video. I don't have anything really that needs to be resealed. And honestly, I would just buy a new one before I resealed anything. I mean, a new 125-gallon tank. I have actually resealed a 125-gallon tank, and it was not fun. It took a very long time, and I ended up breaking it afterwards. So, yeah, I spent like a week resealing it, getting off that much silicone. I mean, think about it. A 6-foot tank, and you have to get all the silicone off. That took forever. So finally go through that process, get it all off. Use a razor blade, and then kind of like the oh man, what is it? What's that weird stuff called? Like the SOS type pad stuff and alcohol, and you can get off all the little pieces of silicone that are still on there, and then tape it and reseal it. And after all of that, I tipped it up on end and cracked the corner. So yeah, I'm still not very happy about that. But regardless, I don't know if I would have trusted it anyways. I did fill it up with water over the weekend, and it held water. But I don't know. I would still be paranoid to put a resealed tank in my house. Mainly because I rent, though. If it was my house, I'd be like, whatever. Who cares? If it leaks, I'll just turn the whole room into an aquarium. Susan, see you in the AM. Is Susan out of here? Susan is out of here, I think. Thank you for stopping by if you're leaving. Plus the ammonia smell. Wait, what? If you're talking about the smell of silicone, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Especially that much silicone. In the end, you can buy a new one for $300. And yeah, I just... On something... What? Come on, people. I thought I'd turn this thing off. This is like 2 weeks in a row that this show's been a complete mess. But that's alright. Alright, it's off. Try a small water change. If nothing happens with your BP, can kick start spawning at Benny's Aquatics. I missed a question, did I? My male BP is trying to lure female into a cave. How long should it take them to spawn? Yeah. There's a lot of kind of factors that go into that. I have no idea what's going on around here. Welcome to the club. Yeah, I have no idea. No idea. Whatever. Just here to answer your fish questions. If you guys have any. Just 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks? I don't know what you mean, Jamie McDonald, but it is good to see you, my friend. I'm fighting columnaris in my 2 biggest tanks. I need some love. Over $100 so far. That's not a very good problem to have. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. Could be worse, though. I mean, it definitely could be worse. So just try to find some positives. Joe Campbell with the second deuce of the night. Thank you, Joel. I appreciate it, my friend. Herb Diversity with the fish question. Do white clouds spawn in hard water? I have trouble getting them to breed. I would imagine. I mean, I have pretty soft water, so I mean, maybe somebody here, if anybody here has experience with white clouds and hard water, chime in by all means. My initial thought is white clouds would spawn in just about anything, but maybe they won't. The Chubby Guppy says, love the thrilling headgear. Yep. Paid for by these deuces in the chats right now. Joel with another one. Thank you very much. For as many subs, you've lost me. I can't believe I didn't even make an appearance in that extended intro. I'm so offended. I literally made that like 4 months ago. I just didn't have time. Oh, man. Mike Jernick. Mike, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. The double deuce. Yep. White clouds spawn well in tannins. This setback is making me want to scale back. That's pretty common, though. I don't blame you. Mr. Zen. Nice hat, Bob. Thank you, Mr. Zen. I appreciate it. Intro was funny. I hope to get some decent responses with the intro. Hopefully not a lot of angry parents, but you know what? You just got to get weird sometimes and laugh. And you know what? I was watching those clips and I laughed, so I put them in there. There's quite a bit more, but without the intro going like 5 minutes long. Yeah, although some of these professional streamers have like 20-minute intros. Can you imagine that? That's too long. Tip, getting rid of hair algae. Light is on a timer. 8 hours. Feed less, Jeremy Salazar. In my experience, hair algae is caused by overfeeding. So feed less, more water changes, remove it by hand. And if you do water changes every 2 weeks, maybe do them every week until it's gone. But in my experience, that kind of algae is from overfeeding. They're doing awesome in tubs outside. How are the reptiles doing? And Little Steen? Little Steen is doing fine. That's another announcement I can make. I've kind of hinted at this the last couple streams, but the 240-gallon aquarium has been sold. And yeah, so things will be changing for Little Steen in the near future. And just changes in general. So not getting rid of Little Steen by any means. Just sold that tank for whatever reason. I don't even know why. Probably because... I don't know why. Actually, I don't know why I sold that tank. But I did. Whatever. Can always get more. And the reptiles are doing fantastic. I just did a round of feeding last night to all of them. And I'm really wanting more. I've got the bug to buy more reptiles. And we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. Probably nothing for a while, but, you know... Eric says, I just got a panther chameleon this weekend. He's the coolest reptile I've ever had. Panther chameleons are amazing. I haven't done anything, actually, because of my back. So some of you may or may not have noticed I didn't even put out a video this weekend. I shot a video this weekend, but I didn't want to sit and spend hours editing it in my chair. So I've kind of been editing it on and off and just taking it easy. So that's why no video this weekend. But... you should have one soon. Sure. Who did I time out? Do I need to fix it? Did you time out anyone? I didn't see it. Did I miss Eric Furlow with the deuce there? I think I did. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. A Chevy Fish. What's going on here? Fish Dream says, you are one of the only intros I like to watch. Yeah, people complain about the intros after the fact. Let me tell you. Fantastic Freaks recently got angelfish fry. What can I do to make sure the fry are eating, as I hear that can be challenging? Any other advice raising the fry? If you want, like, if you're trying to save them, definitely my advice would be take them out of the tank. Don't let the parents raise them. don't raise them up in a community tank. Definitely have a tank set aside for the fry. My advice beyond that would be to make sure you have somewhere to sell them or unload them if you have a local fish store or local club, because angelfish can get out of control really fast with the fry, and a lot of people end up stuck with way too many fry and nothing to do with them. So just make sure you got something, you got somewhere to put them afterwards. But generally, they're not too difficult as far as fry are concerned. Danny Does Life says, I may or may not be the owner of a 240 gallon aquarium for my new fish room. I don't know why I was struggling there. Yes, Danny's got a new fish room. You'll get a sneak peek of that in the video that's coming out as well, which is pretty cool. Hope your back gets better. Well, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. It's pretty much better. I mean, my cells regenerate at twice the amount of a normal human person, so yeah, I recover fast. John at KG Tropicals, tell Lisa I want to meet next week. Bob is just trying to get disability from Steamfod Aquatics. No. That's funny though, but unfortunately I can never claim disability because I'm an LLC, not a corporation, so that's never gonna happen. If I claim disability, it'll just come out of my personal account. Oh man, that would suck. That's why, yeah, I don't get any benefits as an LLC. It's brutal. Corporations, man, it's the way to go. Complete separate entity. You can't get in trouble. Anything you do or say gets charged to the corporation. What a scam, I'm telling you. Bob has oxalotl blood. Pretty close. Reptilian blood. Wonder if few people get pedicures due to the virus. What? Well, I haven't gotten a pedicure since this virus started, so I don't know what that tells you. Can't believe that Jimmy just got all set up and now he's moving again. A glutton for punishment. Yeah, I wanted to talk about what tanks he's keeping, what tanks he's bringing, breaking down, getting rid of, because he has a lot of nice tanks. So, fish, turtles, all that stuff. And I don't even know if he wanted me to say it, but he was supposed to be here, so I'm saying it anyways. Yeah. So it should be fun, though. It should be pretty fun. I wonder if a few people... Yeah, what a weird question. I have 3 red koi angels growing up in a 3-gallon. They're ready to be moved up. 3 red koi angel fry, maybe? Fry? We need more likes. Susan, I agree. I don't even know how many we have, but we need more. Picked up 2 more 10-gallon tanks. Guppies are breeding, so need more room. Brian, is Jimmy coming back to Washington? Yep, he is coming back to Washington. I told him not to leave. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I said, don't go. You're just gonna come back. And he's coming back. It's like I can see the future, But they were talking about Jimmy moving, and I wondered if it's from lack of work. Doesn't he do nails? Okay, now I get it. Now I get him, Bob. I think he used to do nails. I don't think he's done them for a long time. Would you keep rainbows with Waru and Hecklei? Maybe like full-grown adults. Caleb says, hi, Bob. That is the best hat. I want one. I can mail it to you right after this ridiculous stream is over. You got it, buddy. It's really tall. You can see the future because of your poop foil hat. I'm telling you. I'm not one to say I told you so, but I am one to say it, so I told you so. Bob, you had dragon eels recently. I haven't had them recently. What's the update? I noted you had them in brackish water. I have a pair of freshwater rapid growth, but was wondering if I should separate them 55 gallons current. The dragon eels I had were definitely brackish, low flow, but I do not have them anymore. $15 shipping for the poop hat. No, I could probably get this in one of those $3 if it fits, it ships envelopes. Might be a little mushed, but but no, Donald, I haven't had the dragon eels in a really long time. You're totally one to say I told you so. Well, you know, I am and I'm not, because I could have said it so many times, but sometimes, most of the times I don't. Like, if you guys would have listened to me in March, you'd all be really rich right now. But I'm not going to say I told you so. Nope. You should have a large Oscar swimming above your head to explain the poop. Boy, you're telling me. Jeez. Just spent 5 days in the Mojave Desert. So glad to be back in the Pacific Northwest, ready to start my first tank. Awesome. Botanist 333. I don't know why you would spend 5 days there, but welcome back, I guess. Bob's got his boy back. I don't even know what that means. Troy getting a free 180 gallon. My must-have school of fish is Geophagus Tapaho. What would be your pick for tank mate? I would avoid anything that, obviously I'm going to say rainbow fish, but I would avoid anything that's going to be like an earth eater, that would, like, anything else that's going to kind of scrounge around in the substrate for food. I would leave that to the Geophagus. Make sure they're getting enough food. So anything else that's like any schooling fish, they're relatively peaceful fish. So rainbow fish would be great. Rasboras, bigger species of rasboras. I probably wouldn't do nano species like chili rasboras or anything like that. But some bigger body tetras, things like that. Curtis says rainbows are always the correct answer. I know, and I honestly, I try to think of other things besides rainbows, but I mean, Geophagus are very colorful. Rainbow fish are very colorful. The Geophagus will stay at the bottom, kind of school around at the bottom, sifting the sand, and the rainbows will stay in the upper column, swimming around. I mean, it's a good match. Eric says, speaking of poop, I saw a license plate frame that said I'm speeding because I have to poop. Interesting. How did the camping trip go, Bob? It was interesting. I forgot a lot of stuff. But, you know, it happens. Do you have black Moscow guppies? Nikki Stevens, kind of. And I say kind of because I'm losing them over time. I'm losing like 1 or 2 a week over the last couple months, and I can't figure out why. Smaller geos are the bomb. I say all geos are the bomb. They're just really expensive. Chris says, I have a panda guppy fall jump into my 75-gallon Nanotank. Been living his best life for 5 months. You have a panda guppy jump. No, I'm so late. Katie, you could go by UPS and ask about fish shipping. What? Anyways, Herb Diversity says rainbows and Stiphodon gobies are my favorite, and maybe some natives. The purple spot gudgeons I have now are eating anything I throw in the tank. So they were really picky at first, and I think it just took them a long time to get settled in. I've had them now for a few weeks, and now they eat vibra bites, bug bites, tetracolor granules. Anything I throw in there, they just go crazy for. So disaster avoided there. Nikki says, I've been looking for black Moscow guppies. Yeah, I wouldn't even give mine away right now for free, because something's definitely going on with them, and I can't figure it out, unfortunately. Pandagaras will jump. I've never seen a pandagara jump. Panda guppies, definitely. Panagaras? I'm not so sure. Bob, I see you didn't find Bigfoot this weekend, but you found his scat. Yep. That is an excellent comment. Still no Bigfoot, but I'm going to find one eventually. I'm going back up this week. And I think that's going to be like my summer goal. One night a week in the mountains every week. It's so nice up there and peaceful. And when you're up in the mountains, like there's zero EMF, and I swear it makes a huge difference, because I sleep so good out in the middle of nowhere, like just away from all the EMF, and it's amazing. It's so quiet and peaceful. It's really nice. Good evening, everyone. Hope all is well. Good evening, Elisa. As long as you're only touching one wire and not touching the ground, you won't get electrocuted. That is correct. Tango and Cash. P.S. I love my Panagaras. Yes. Oh. Also, I will be putting my rainbows out into the tub this week. This is the week. I was going to do it today, but I'm going to be gone tomorrow. So I didn't want to put them out there today and then not be able to monitor them tomorrow. It's supposed to be 80 degrees tomorrow. Then it's going to rain on Wednesday, but then we're back up into the upper 70s. So, yeah, I mean, even though it's going to rain on Wednesday, it's still going to be in the 70s. So this week, I'm thinking Thursday, after the live stream on Thursday, I'll get the rainbows out in the pond and we'll start breeding them because I really want to sell those fish. Which... No, I don't want to make that announcement yet. Maybe next week. Eric says, has anyone used Eheim canisters? I never have. If so, pros and cons. Well, they're pretty highly reviewed, but again, I've never used one, so I cannot tell you. How fast do multis grow in your experience? Really, really fast. Like most African cichlids, not counting other Tanganyikan cichlids, but multis grow really, really fast. Announce for members? Sure. It's not good news, but it's not bad news either. I'll know more by the end of the week, so we'll see. What kind of guppies do I have? Oh man, I have panda guppies, I have purple Moscow guppies, I have endlers, lime green endlers, rainbow tiger endlers, I have the black Moscow guppies, I have some mosaic Dumbo ear guppies, and then I have a tank with a lot of mixed guppies. Well, not a lot, but just random one-offs. Bob is moving in with Jimmy? No. Negative. Fish streams, my pond is a cesspool with no help from my fish neighbor. Well, do it yourself then. I get it. I would love to have help. Everything was going well until one of the dithers lost a tail. This might be trouble. What? Oh, Punchy Pants. I have an Eheim canister filter that I've had for over 20 years. But is it still working? She didn't say it was working. She just said she had it. It could be in the garage. You don't know. It could be boxed up in the garage. Free pedicures. I'm telling you guys. Pedicures are they're a good thing. Pedicures are a good thing. I'm not afraid to admit it. You should treat your feet well, and that includes pedicures, some foot massage action, whatever. You only get one pair. Gotta treat them well. You are cussing on the guppies? What? Cussing on the guppies? Anyways, Quinn Golly said, I used an Eheim canister filter in the early 90s and sold it to a buddy when I got out of the fish hobby. He's still using it today. So the thing with that is that I noticed that a lot of filters from back in the day were built way better, like way better. If you took a canister filter from like 20, 30 years ago and compared it to one today, it's, in my opinion, it's a night and day difference. I have one of those old marine land canister filters. I don't even remember what it's called. But I used that thing, well, my dad used it when I was just but a young teenager, and it still works today. I still have it, and I still use it every once in a while just cuz. But like nowadays, nothing's built to last. Nothing. Yeah, if it was not 4 feet in the ground with rain and paint in it. What? Do I have a website where you can buy guppies? I do not sell guppies really that much anymore. Mainly just rainbow fish. And also my store is closed right now. So rainbow fish recommendations for my Planet 55 with ghost blue angels and stir-by cories, dude fish, any rainbow fish. Well, I wouldn't do pseudomcgills, so let's back up. I wouldn't do any nano rainbow fish, which is only pseudomcgills. But honestly, any rainbow fish will go with angelfish and cories. So it's really just about finding ones that you like. Like, what color do you want? Do you like yellow, blue, red, anything, purple? I mean, they're rainbow fish for a reason. You can get any color. So that's pretty much up to you. Like, just pick a color. If you want mix them, match them. It doesn't matter. Yeah, the Magnum 350. That's it. The Magnum. I don't know that it's a 350. I think it was before the 350. I think it's just Magnum. I think the Magnum 350 came out later, but I could be wrong. But yeah, it's the Magnum with the top loading filter cartridge. Thing's crazy. It never breaks. Punchy Paint says, I'm not built to last. I think my warranty is over tomorrow. I am definitely built to last. I'll be here forever. Anyone can help me with the columnaris, please? Well, I assume you're treating it. You said you're down $100, so I think you've already bought medications, right? Joe Campbell is speaking my language. Rainbow fish are the best. You can't go wrong, and you really can't. You really can't. Yeah. That kind of goes to my announcement, but I'll wait till next week. Wait till next week, so I'll have something to talk about next week. How about that? Plus, I'll know a lot more. It does have to do with rainbow fish. It does have to do with my website. So yeah, we'll know more. How about this for a cliffhanger? If I reopen my website, it'll be next Monday. If. AE Rum says, I love the hat, Missy Bob. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's pretty stylish. I like it. It's definitely warm. Definitely warm. Should I buy a flipper or a mag float with a scraper blade? I don't know that I've ever used the flipper. I do have multiple mag floats with the scraper blade. So I can recommend those. Pam is celebrating 65 years young tomorrow. Pam, we're going to be close to the same age. It's going to be close. Happy birthday. Also, Pam, regarding what I was going to do last week without saying too much, but I know you know what you're talking about. Due to the recent events down there, I have no plans on going down there. So, yeah. Due to what's recently happened down there, not because of my back, just because of what's happened down there. I'm not getting involved with that. So Pam knows what I'm talking about. What do you think about red parrots? I think they're hillbilly goldfish. I'm not a fan of parrotfish. I'll tell you one thing. I normally like fish that are so goofy looking that it makes me like them. Right? They just look so weird. And like that goofy look gives them some character. But parrotfish, man, they just look goofy and they just kind of float around. I don't know. Not a fan of parrotfish. Goodbye, all my parrotfish subscribers. See you next time. Hey, we don't have to like all the same fish, all right? Hillbilly goldfish. That's what they look like, and that's you know, I got to give AquaPros credit. That's a term he coined. At least I heard it from him first, and I thought it was very, very astute. Very astute. There is no normal. What? What are we talking about? Any tips for where to sell some new strains of Endler guppies? I have some hybrids, and once they start breeding true, I want to get them established in the hobby. Getgills.com, Aquabid. Aquabid would be like my least, or like my last resort. I would definitely go to Get Gills first, as that seems to be more, I don't want to say like hardcore hobbyist, but more like hardcore hobbyist, if that makes sense. I don't even know if that makes sense. But Aquabid, I don't know. It's hit or miss. What type of filtration would you recommend for a 55-gallon hang-on back sponge canister? Thinking community type tank. Thanks, Bob. Well, honestly, I would probably go hang on back. But for me, it would depend on how much maintenance am I doing elsewhere. So because I have like 50 tanks, I do not want to mess with hang on back filters. It just takes too long. Oh, excuse me. However, hang on backs provide a lot more than just filtration. They you know, they give you current as well. So they move the water around, which is why I really like them. I would never do canister just because they're a pain. They're a pain just to service anyway. So I would never do that. So I would do, depending on how your maintenance is, I would do hang on back. If you already have a lot of tanks, I would just do sponge filter. You only have 2 tanks, I would do hang on back. And honestly, I would probably do 2 hang on backs on a 55. That's just the way I roll. T-Shot, I have a Fluval AquaClear 110 with 2 sponge filters on my 55. Now that's kind of overkill. Well, 110 on a 55. But, you know what? I bet it works great. What else we got? Do you have any hillbilly rainbow fish recommend? There are hillbilly rainbow fish, fish tank barn, and it is absolutely, in my opinion, the most disgusting thing ever. And hillbilly rainbow fish, I'm sure someone could figure out what I'm talking about. Who can figure out what I'm talking about when I say hillbilly rainbow fish? I'll give you guys 30 seconds. Who wants to guess? What are hillbilly rainbow fish? Hillbilly rainbow fish. No one want to guess? I'm going to have this delicious drink of water. They are an abomination. An abomination. Disgusting. Should never happen. Blood parrots. Boom. Hillbilly rainbow fish are blood parrots. Oh, that's awesome. No, actually, it's not a type. It's not a type of rainbow fish. I'm talking about balloon rainbow fish. Like balloon rams. There are balloon rainbow fish, and they are absolutely disgusting. And I know people keep them, and that's fine. You may like them, but I think it's disgusting. And if I ever came across someone that was like breeding and purposely coming up with balloon rainbow fish, I would punch them in the throat. That's how strongly I feel about them. You're taking a fish that is normally long, fast, active swimmers and ballooning them up so they can barely even swim. Frankly, I feel the same way with balloon rams. I feel the same way about most goldfish as well. So, you know, you can love them, you can hate them. In my book, I think they're just gross, and I think it's abuse. I do. I think it is. Balloon rainbow fish sound like something to add to my list with dyed fish, albino Oscars, and common plecos. Yep. I hate balloon fish of any kind, says Dragon Lair. Yep. Balloon fish is worthy of a throat punch. Yeah, I mean, I don't even get it. Like, I don't like Oscars, but I get it. Like, some Oscars look really awesome. They're really personable. They have personalities, but I would never keep it. Blood parrots, hillbilly goldfish, I get why people keep those too. But balloonfish, I don't get. I don't get it all. See, and people always make the goldfish argument. Well, you know what? Goldfish are pretty fat and lazy anyways. So you can, you know what? I'll probably get some hate, but it's not as big of a deal in my opinion. But you take a super active fish like rainbow fish and turn it into a balloon, and I mean, go look at it. Go look at them swim. It's awful. It's awful. Anyways, balloonfish are for big, dumb, stupid eels. All right, Fish Room says, I love balloon rams. See? See? I mean, people like them, obviously. Otherwise, they wouldn't make them. But they're just not for me. They're not for me. If they're for you, more power to you. Not for me. But if I ever do a Fish Room tour of someone and they have balloon rainbow fish, they're getting throat punched. Yep. Anyways, Bob, one of your guests has them. I don't know which one. Some longfin fish are cool, but I'm not into balloon. Yeah, I think some of the longfin guppies are getting pretty ridiculous, to the point where, I mean, the fins are so long they can barely even swim, right? Longfin green dragons or longfin bushy nose plecos, I don't think that that's a big deal because I don't think it affects them negatively in any way. Like, they can still swim. They can, I mean, they just sit there and like suck on algae anyways. So all this throat punching. Now it's time to watch some Roadhouse. Yep. It's called Dry Gulch. Dry Gulch. Give a forearm to the throat. It's a dry gulch. How's your most recent aqua scrape tank doing? Well, the fish are doing great. I talked about that earlier. And just doing water changes. The plants are dying back, but that's normal. They'll rebound when they're used to their new home. And the pothos is taken off. And yeah, it's really fun. It's like it is now like the centerpiece to my fish room in the garage. She has black and white hair. What? All right. Tattoo Girl says, good evening, Bob, Candy, and the rest of the fish fam. Sorry I'm late. Good evening. Depends on how well longfish can swim. If the fins make life hard for the fish, then no. Yeah, I've seen it in guppies, and I've seen it in bettas, even bettas I had, but Joe, that's more than a throat punch? A Roadhouse? Yeah. Ripped a man's heart out. Barbara Jackson, underground filters are great. Very low maintenance, mostly out of sight. My very first filters were underground filters. True story. They kind of looked like they were coals that made it through. And bread, I look at balloon fish. Yep. Goldfish girl in Florida had black and white hair. She's taken time off. Oh, you're talking about solid gold. Solid gold. I don't think is YouTubing anymore. I know she sold all of her stuff. And yeah. Yep, she sold all her stuff, and I don't think she's YouTubing anymore. I don't even think she's animal keeping anymore. But who am I to say? I don't know. I just saw her for sale post where she was selling everything. And yeah, who knows? She was in my live stream once. True story. I just bought neon rainbows the other day and just found out that one is missing. Wait, not on the floor, not in the aquarium, not in the filter. Where did he go? I will tell you that, what? I googled balloon rainbow and it's disgusting. Yeah, I told you. Anyways, a lot of the times they're just hiding. So rainbow fish make really good hiders, especially if it's a new aquarium. Sometimes it takes them a while to settle in, and so they hide. So don't give up hope yet. I don't know if you have like a cat or a dog, but sometimes fish jump and other animals in the house get them. But yeah, so don't lose faith yet. It might just be a really good hider. It's just a bromance? I'm sorry, guys. I'm listening, but I'm doing a water change on one of my 20 longs. That's all right. No need to apologize. Barbara Jackson forgot to say they don't work well with no substrate either. That's kind of like a given, right? Oh, man. You know what? I think all filters work, and you just need to find what you're comfortable with. So if you're only good with sponge filters, use those. If you're good with hang on back, use that. Just try them all. I mean, that's kind of the fun of this hobby. Late to join, but is that Jimmy's tank tonight? Yes, Brandon. This is Jimmy's tank tonight. I wonder if he's keeping this one. He should auction off the stuff he doesn't. What did I miss, Bob? You have poop on your head? Yep. Lisa at KG Tropicals took a big giant dump on my head, and here it is. What do you think about Mabu Puffer with discus? I don't think that's going to end well because discus wants soft water and Mbuna's like hard water. So I think it would probably work for a little bit, but eventually something's got to give. It's either going to be the discus or the puffer. Even no filter works. Yes. That's kind of the route I'm going. No filters at all. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Late to join Jimmy's tank. Yes, hello. Gonna learn while mowing. Manes, tails, ferns, and fins. Welcome. Lisa, welcome. How much light on a 20 long to keep stargrass as a foreground plant? Well, the nice thing about a 20 long is that they're insanely shallow. So just any old aquaneat light should keep it nice and small. Now I'm going to tell you, I've had stargrass and I would not consider that to be a foreground plant. On my 40-gallon planted breeder tank that had 110 par at the substrate, the stargrass still grew all the way to the top. And that's a true story. 110 par at the substrate. That's 3 Phoenix LED lights on a 40-gallon breeder. And yeah, stargrass still grew all the way to the top. You might be able to find pictures of it on my Instagram. Maybe not. I don't know. It would be like from years ago. But yeah. So in my book, stargrass is not a foreground plant. Susan says, stargrass? Stargrass is a really awesome plant. It's a bushy plant, and it can get really ugly if it's not trimmed correctly. So, yeah. It was a foreground in your tank years ago. That's because I trimmed it to be that way. So, I guess it depends on what you want to do. Like, you can get a true foreground plant that you don't have to trim, like dwarf hairgrass, microsword, things like that. Or you can do something like stargrass, which is if you keep trim, you know. But even then, like 4 or 5 inches, I wouldn't go any shorter than that. Bob Mann says it's taken me 10 years to get stargrass. I still have some. I remember you talking about it last week, and I started digging around in my tanks, and I still have a little like sprig of it somewhere in one of my tanks. I don't remember which one, but I was glad to see it. So maybe I'll try to get it going again. No filters. Well, no sponsors for you with that attitude, young man. Listen, Barbara. I am live streaming with a turd on my hat. A turd. How many sponsors do you think I'm gonna get with a turd on my head? I think filters is the least of my concern when it comes to sponsors. Dwayne says you have to trim stargrass to keep it like a carpet. Same with repins. I had stargrass filling a 29 recently. Yep. 10 years, man. You see, this is the problem, Bob Vance, of not having our aquarium meetings, because stargrass is really prevalent in the Seattle area. Like almost every member of GSAS, I feel, has stargrass. It would be really easy to get if we were still having meetings. Maybe a kitty litter sponsor. Maybe. Depends. Well, I don't have a poopy butt. I have a poopy head. Anyways. Vet tomorrow. She has 6 weeks. Is stargrass the same as guppy grass? No. Completely different plant. Completely different plant. I guess kind of similar, but not really, if that makes sense. Hello, bro. Hello, bro. You could have a septic company want to sponsor you. You know, the only sponsors I have ever actively reached out and tried to get were companies that had nothing to do with the hobby. And it's never worked out really well. Obviously. But it's companies that would have absolutely nothing to do with me unless I had like 1 million subscribers anyways. But yeah, I have tried to get sponsors, but none in this hobby, none in this genre, so it's never worked. I thought stargrass is a stem plant. Stargrass is a stem plant. Guppy grass is not. Well, technically it is, but it's not. Fish Dreams. Hey, it's been like 30 minutes since someone's dropped a deuce. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like summer dresses? No. Jason Smith says, I'm pretty late. Can't stay long. Nice hat. You should wear it all times. What's the big topic? The big topic is Jimmy is moving. Jimmy Gimbal Swisky is moving to Washington. He's actually going to be my neighbor. Like almost literally my neighbor. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I feel like my dog is up to no good. I'm not a member, but I have been to several meetings, just not in the last year or so. Yeah. Well, that's the nice thing, is that you don't have to be a member, and I get not being a member, because if you can't go to the meetings, why be a member? They have the meetings at midnight during the week. Yes, I'm getting both her bristlenose and angels. What? Bob, bring us a lot of joy, just like my sweet kitty Maya. Maya or Maya? I don't know what else I was thinking. My mother is taking out her tank and found a bristlenose that she thought was dead and gone. Coming to my house now. Oh, that's what you're referring to. I'm telling you, like, fish are way more durable than people give them credit for. Like, I feel like people think that fish are fragile creatures, and while some are, I think they're way more durable. When you see some of these fish and what they live in, I think it was like 2-3 years ago, I had a 5-gallon bucket with water in it in the garage for like months. And, I mean, like an inch of water. I'm probably exaggerating. So maybe like 2 or 3 inches of water. But I went out and grabbed it, and there was a little episto in there just for months. Like, I don't even know how that happens. But Bob needs a bobblehead sponsor maker. It would burn you-know-who's backside. Jimmy Gimbal, a.k.a. Jimmy Neutron, a.k.a. Swisky, a.k.a. Jimble. I'm going to call him Jimble from now on. Jimble. Maya. Bob and family, I'm going to get some rest for the 12-hour road trip tomorrow. Rest up. Drive safe. Pretty late, stay long, lower light, taller it grows with most plants. Yeah. Bob, what would you put in a 75? I want it to be a nano tank. So, obviously rainbow fish, but I can tell you what I did put in my 125. Corydorus habrosus, which is a small little pygmy Corydora. There are gobies in there, little algae eating gobies. What else? There's ember tetras, there's pseudomagills, which is rainbow fish, and green fire tetras. And what else did I put in there? I'm sure there's got to be other things. Oh, rosy loaches, very underrated. Rosy loach. Jimmy's names confuse me. Well, you always know who we're talking about, anyways, though, right? At least you always know. Lisa says, hello, everyone. If I missed your hello, I'm doing water changes and putting my meds on. All right. Where are we at here? We are at exactly an hour. Exactly an hour. Should we go extra today? Or should we call it? Have you ever kept orange fin hill trout? No, I have not. Really cool fish. It is a fish I'm sure I will own eventually, but not yet. But it is really cool. They're a little nippy for me, so I haven't had like the right environment for them yet. Otherwise, I would have kept them by now for sure because they're really cool. Really cool. Go hard or go home. I don't even know what that means. Australian desert gobies. I swear my rainbows are more hardy than any other fish I've ever kept. Almost as hardy as my two Prego mollies. I wouldn't go that far. Alex says, I remember when he was a sashimi whiskey. Yep. Fish Dream says, good God, erythromycin, the costs are killing me. Listen, if erythromycin hasn't worked in the first couple doses, then I would try something else by then. That's just me. Did I make a video on the 125 Nano? Yeah, there's tons of videos. There might even be a playlist, but I doubt it because I'm not good at YouTube. But there's a probably, I'm not going to say a lot, maybe like 3 videos on it. Probably, I think maybe, when did I even do that? 2018 or maybe 2019? I don't know. It all kind of just mushes together at this point. But somewhere on here, somewhere on my channel. Bringing in any guppies, Bob? Nope, I have no plans. Not besides the guppies I already have. So I'm going to have a ton of purple Moscow guppies, a ton of panda guppies. And besides those, I still have my rainbow tiger endlers and my green endlers. So no, I'm really shipping focused to just rainbow fish and like dwarf cichlids, things like that. Anyone want to donate some erythromycin? I mean, I can send you some salt. Erythromycin is mainly salt. What's up, Turbo Fish? Fish Tank Barn. Fish Tank Barn, did I see a post that you're not streaming anymore? Is that true? Is that true? I think you think I need some desert gobies? All right. Let me Google this fish. A desert goby. As well as some turtles. I definitely want turtles. Definitely want turtles. I mean, honestly, any goby is awesome. Gobies are pretty awesome fish. Yeah, I mean, I would keep these. I don't think that there's a goby or a gudgeon, for that matter, that I wouldn't keep. Yeah, I'm just looking at all these different types of gobies. What? No, I just saw his video with the girls. I'm learning from this experience at least. Well, that's the best you can do. I mean, honestly. Fish Tank Barn says, yes, not streaming for a while. I wonder why. Same here, headed to the plant soon. Hopefully things go okay. First night back since heart stuff started. What about black Moscows? My black Moscows are dying. I have no idea why. I lose about 2 a week. I've gotten 0 fry since I've started them. And I hear the ice cream truck. Yeah, so I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to have black Moscow guppies, to be honest. What's the best goby for a community tank? It's not going to be the best looking, but probably the algae eating goby. And does it have any other names? I think it does. Algae eating goby. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's hard to go wrong with this fish. Orange fin goby, I believe is orange fin goby. Yes, that's what I have in my 125. Orange fin goby. I've gone to medicated food instead of in the water. I've had really good results with feeding medicated food for either bacterial or internal parasites. I make my own, so it's cheaper. Yeah, medicated food just makes sense. Like, to me, it just makes sense. Styphidin simoni. I have no idea what that is, but that's Herp Diversity's go-to goby. Where's Matt DLR? Man, that guy was a goby nerd for sure. Let me hold a trio and see the black Moscow recover. If you want to come up and get some males and females, by all means, because I don't know what else to do. Lieutenant Dan. Lisa says, I got a sunset gourami today. I put him in with my freshwater shrimp. Is that okay? I have lots of plants. I'm sure it'll pick some off. But if there's lots of hiding places, I'm sure the shrimp will produce just fine. Do you think the Moscows could have been raised in brackish water or perhaps internal parasites? I see no signs of internal parasites like sunken belly or any like the typical signs you see with internal parasites. I mean, they're just perfectly healthy looking fish and they just end up belly up one day. I'll go in there and there'll be a male belly up just randomly. The females are the ones that I've got from Ray's Aquaria like years ago. And the males I've had now for, ever, for a very, I don't even know, probably like 5-6 months. And I quarantined them for months and months and months before I added the females in with them. And yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't. See, that would have been a perfect spot for a GIF. Yeah, we were talking about that before the stream in the chat. Like, I wish we could do GIFs in the chat. I think it would be awesome. Any water change and motivation videos are welcome. It's worth a try. I mean, yeah. If you want to come up and grab them. It's the only thing I haven't done is moved them out of that tank. Which I guess I could try. It could be something with the tank. I have no idea what. What else? There's something. There's other fish in with them. What is it? The Borneo suckerfish are in there with them and have no problems at all. And I know the Borneo suckerfish aren't causing any problems because, like I said, when they're belly up, they're fat and healthy and look just completely normal. Matthew Vargas with a $5 super chat. Bob, I have one mystery snail and hundreds of ram's horn. Today I spotted about 10 baby mystery snails. How is that possible? Well, because you have one mystery snail. One mystery snail. you should have seen like the egg clutch at some point. Are you like 100% sure that they're mystery snails? Because you should have seen like a big clutch of eggs outside the aquarium. So they lay their eggs outside of the aquarium. So I feel like you would have noticed that, but maybe not. Maybe not. I can't believe I have overlooked the blue opaline gourami for so long. My girl I got Saturday is 5 inches long and thick, so big and beautiful. I have yet to get into gouramis either. Someday. Maybe a murderous spy guppy in the tank. Maybe. When will those Gary Lang rainbow fish be available? Possibly next week. Next week. Shooting for Monday, but Monday's like best case scenario. Try to move them to a fry tray like Dean's for 3 to 4 days. Easy food access. Change water. I would keep them in 6 inches of water. I've tried the water change every day. I quit doing that. They eat, ferociously. I throw food in there and they go at it like crazy. So I don't know if you're talking about my guppies. Like, doesn't seem to be an issue. True, Kenny. Oh, Matthew, I have like 4 egg clutches, but if there's only one mystery snail, they don't need another mystery snail to reproduce. Negative. I think, Matthew, that mystery snails are very sexually oriented. If gifts were to be introduced to the chat, they would definitely not be free. That's the unfortunate part. Like, if gifts ever became a thing in chat, I would definitely limit them to moderators and members. Otherwise, we wouldn't even have chat. Let's be real. I'm not trying to make that like a perk to become a member, but I mean, the spam would be out of control with gifts. What else do we have going on here? Similar to stickers. Yeah. Speaking of Gary Lang rainbow fish, I will say I finally got my turquoise rainbows last week, and they look fantastic. They're big. I mean, they're juveniles, but they already got color. Yeah, those are gonna be some good looking fish. Out of control. Yeah, it would totally be out of control. Like, I have a feeling even limited to like members and mods, it would be out of control. So who knows? Maybe I would just turn it on so I could do gifts myself. And like even the custom emojis are supposed to be able to be gifts. So where'd they go? How come I don't have them anymore? So this one here, this is actually a GIF, and it's supposed to be a GIF of my head spinning around in circles, but it doesn't work here. But when I go to like the settings screen in YouTube where you set these things up, it spins there, but it doesn't spin in chat. So yeah, that was pretty annoying. Poof gifts all at the same time. It would go down the crapper. Well, I appreciate you guys having a sense of humor with me, though. I realize this is pretty juvenile, but so am I. So deal with it. Insane you've had them so long and they eat well, have no signs of illness and still die off. You're right. Yeah. I can't, and it would be one thing if it was like a massive like die off, but just like one or two every couple days, or maybe like every week, 1 or 2 die. Do I see the new fish? Oh, of course. Of course. Me and him talk a lot. The new favorite would be a pooping dog gif. I don't think that I would ever show animals pooping on my channel. Like, it's one thing if it's like fake, like a hat or emojis, but I feel like real would be that'd be just a bit too far. I feel no real poop, please. It's the only thing I ask. No real poop. Curtis says, become a member. Best $5 you will ever spend. Well, I don't know about that, but I appreciate it. Thanks. Oh, man. Okay, so what else? What else do we got, guys? What else? Dudes. Just checking the time. Aquatic law, and she says sweet. Somebody asked me a fish question. We're going long. So we need fish questions, fish comments, fish stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'll buy a fish hat for the next live stream. What kind of fish hats do we have? Fish hat. All right. Interesting. Ooh, yikes. An angler? Okay. Okay. I gotta show you this hat. I'm gonna show you this hat. This is totally a hat I would wear. Maybe. Uh-oh. Never mind, I lost it. Here it is. Okay. I think I want to go here. Mike. Anglerfish Jawsome hat. Jawsome hat. Oh, baby. This is going on the Amazon wish list. I mean, let's be honest. How could I not wear that hat? Echo. All right. That's we're just going to add that to the wish list. My grandpa used to have a hat with a largemouth bass coming out of it. That had like the flippers that you can pull, and it would be like beep, beep, beep. Can I just sift cyanobacteria off of sand substrate? Absolutely. It's one of the easiest ways to get rid of it. It's been a few years since I've been on a good fish tour. What would I put with a 500-gallon pond that is cold hardy? That is cold hardy. I am thinking maybe bowfin, short nose, gar. See, I'm not in that boat. The bass, the sunfish, the koi. I'm definitely like a small fish person. So even though it's 1,500 gallons, I would still have shiners and all kinds of like just smaller species in there. I found some kind of cichlids at the golf course today. I'll post a pic on Facebook. Well, that's pretty crazy. Doesn't really surprise me, but I mean, it surprises me that they're alive. I'm assuming you mean like in a pond at a golf course, or the golf course actually have a tank. Why do turtles require far less maintenance than all my other tanks? I have 8 of them and a 360, and the water quality is excellent. I don't know. There's a lot of people that would agree with you on that. Turtles are a lot of maintenance. Maybe you just found the perfect combo of filtration and the perfect amount of 8. I don't know. My turtle makes a friggin' mess all the time. Hey everyone, I wasn't expecting that hat when I joined. Sean, I feel like I haven't seen you forever. Good to see you, buddy. The life of keeping your friend circle small, thanks to the fish fam. Your friend circle should always be small. I always do like the biggest eye roll when I see these people on Facebook with like 10,000 friends. Like, get out of here. Are you that insecure that you need a big ol' friends list like that? And none of them are really your friend. None of them would do any, not 99.99% of them wouldn't do a damn thing for you. Keep your circle small, folks. Keep your circle small. Dan's Fish is here. What's up, buddy? Yep. Styling and profiling like always, buddy. Bob, I'm trying to call you and it keeps transferring me to the price. Is that you? Is that you? Something keeps going crazy on my phone. That's why I keep looking at it. All right. You lied to me, Bob. Us Bobs got to stick together. I expect more from Bobs. Isn't Facebook the same as Instagram as far as friends? No, because Instagram you have followers, you don't have friends. Totally different. Instagram is like YouTube. So you have followers on Instagram and you have subscribers on YouTube. Bob, are you bringing rainbows up this week? Added aragonite. I definitely could. I absolutely could. Not today or tomorrow. I'm putting fish in my pond on Thursday. So maybe Thursday evening, Friday, next weekend, whenever. Wait, you mean wasn't really my friend? You guys are all my friends and I love you all very much. You guys know what I mean. I'm talking about your inner circle. That's what it's about. Your inner circle. I'll stick with you, Bob. Bobcat's Lair. Bobcat's Lair. I'm probably going to see some bobcats tomorrow where I'm going. Last time I saw 3 of them. They're pretty cool. They don't let you get very close, though. They don't let me pet them. I've been removing some acquaintance on Facebook. Only friends and family get to stay. Yep. When I first started YouTube and people were friending me, I'm like, okay. Now I don't even look at it. If you sent me a friend request like 3 years ago, I still haven't even looked at it. So don't get mad at me. Seafood Aquatics, cold temperature rainbows. So yellow rainbows can go into like the upper 60s. Turquoise rainbows can go into the upper 60s. And then Radinocentris are really the only like cold water rainbow that I know of. How cold? Some publications say 45 degrees for Radinocentris. I have not been able to get that verified by anyone that keeps rainbows, because I don't think anyone would actively want to find out how low they can go. Like, no one wants to kill off their rainbow fish to see how cold they can go. But in some of these areas where Radinocentris are collected, the water temperature is like 45 degrees. So we'll see. I'm putting them outside this summer, and I don't know. We'll see how long I can keep them out there before they start showing signs of stress. Most colorful small rainbow fish, like any pseudomagil, probably like the luminatus. Pseudomagil, luminatus, super colorful. Only get about an inch. Bobcat's Lair says, I didn't have any luck with my clown killifish eggs. I think they didn't make it through shipping. Yep. I've seen like more people try killifish eggs and just be unsuccessful than probably any other thing in this hobby. Like, as far as like failures, it's killifish eggs for sure. Yeah. So unfortunately, I mean, that's, and anytime someone says they're getting killifish eggs shipped to them, I'm like, good luck. And then they message me like a week later, like, yeah, they didn't make it. So that's one of the reasons I've never tried it, and I probably never will try it. Thank you for being a friend. Oops. Do I sell Pandagaras? Normally I do. However, the prices on them have almost quadrupled for me from the places I buy them from. So I will no longer be carrying them until they come back down in price, if they ever come down in price. If. Ask Jason at Top Tropicals. He collects them all over Australia. Yeah, and you know, I'm in a lot of the Australia rainbow groups and ask around, and no one ever responds. I mean, it's rainbow fish, so not really like the biggest, most active groups on Facebook anyways. So, you know, we'll figure it out. The rainbow fish that are local to me, temperatures get around 16 Celsius. Let's just pump that into Google. And that's 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Nope. I said 16 degrees, not 160. 60 degrees. There we go. That sounds more believable. Can I share the price of the longfin green dragons yet? Gary, they're probably going to be about $24.99. And they are around 3 inches, give or take a half inch. There's definitely bigger ones. There's smaller ones. but the average size, I mean, some of these are like ready to breed already. So, Melanotania I call it a fluvitalis, but I know that's wrong. The Murray River rainbow fish. They are the only Australian rainbow fish to adapt to the low 50-degree temperatures. Yeah, I mean, like I assume there has to be some out there, but there's just not a lot of documentation. And like I said, I don't think hobbyists are going to be like, I'm going to spend $200 on a couple fish and try not to kill them. Like, let's see how cold they can go and without them dying. It's a dangerous game. It's an expensive game, especially rainbow fish. We're not talking like, 50-cent neon Tetris here. Sent you a picture of the cichlid at the course. Tough to see what it is. Just a little orange. Oh, you're gonna make me log into Facebook, are you? Gonna log into Facebook. Look at all these freaking messages. Let's take a look. Let me see. Oh, I can. That's I bet I know what that is. Cryptoheros myrnae. Cryptoheros myrnae. You just got to get it close. And the reason I say that is because I can kind of see that black spot on its side. And it has the yellow markings as well. And this fish was really prevalent in the Seattle area a couple years ago. Like, everybody had this fish. So that's just my guess. That's really cool to see that it's alive, though, unless somebody just let it go like a week ago when it's warm out. My Oscars made it through when my tank dropped to 65 on accident. Forgot to plug it back in on a water change. Yeah, so, like, temporary. I mean, fish can go pretty cold temporarily. But long-term is the question. I get my rainbows for nothing? Yeah, keep bragging, buddy. Keep bragging. It's passed through here, and it's headed to you. Fish Stream says, I bought 11 Luminatus, and now I have 5. That's an expensive fish to lose, too. Beautiful fish, though. I'm sorry to hear that. Kevin says, smoosh the like bootin'. Smoosh the bootin'. Speaking of circle of friends, hey, don't be afraid to reach out to Fish Fam friends. Oh, excuse me. That's pretty important, too. I mean, you definitely want to check on people. Make sure people are doing okay if you haven't heard from them in a while. Unfortunately, I'm like the worst because I don't really pay attention to any of that stuff. If someone hasn't posted on Facebook in a while, I wouldn't know. So, yeah, I'm probably the worst at that, to be honest. Kenny Overhaul sounds like a cool remix. Well, there you go. A Central American that can freeze over winter, right? I mean, I think that's what it is. I would also scoop up a bunch of that grass that's growing in there and take that home. That's just me. I would never do something illegal like that. All right, we're gonna go a few more minutes. There you go. We're back. Still 150 people here. That's crazy. Fish Room Fever. Thanks for the deuce, my friend. My hat's off to you. I'm just kidding. I'm keeping it. How long do rainbow turquoise live? 15 years. It's a good average number. 10, 15 years, 12, 18 years. Most rainbow fish live 15 years, at least 10. Not like the nano species, like pseudomagills, probably like 5-7 years. Sorry, I was filming. Well, that's a little bit more important than this stupid stream. Yeah, I really appreciate the Fish Fam because the normal part of my day, today life is crazy. Yeah, I mean, the other nice thing about the Fish Fam is, I mean, let's be honest, how many of us have real life friends that are fish nerds? I mean, if it wasn't for YouTube, I would have none. All my fish nerd friends were from YouTube. Like, Corey, Jimmy, Scottish Aquatics, even though he doesn't live here anymore. All those local fish nerds were from YouTube. If it wasn't for that, my poor family would have to be listening about fish, listening to me talk about fish forever. Can white cloud mountain minnows live in a frozen over pond? Any other awesome aquarium fish that can? Any other? White cloud minnows can go really, really cold. I don't know if they can overfreeze during the winter. I've never tried it or done it. Maybe someone in chat can chime in. Chat? Anyone? Curtis says, I lucked out. My brother is a fish nerd like me. Yep. Yeah, it's true. If it wasn't for YouTube, I would have no fish friends, like real life fish friends. I made my best friend a fish nerd. Well, I guess that's the other option. You just get someone else hooked. Like, hey, I'll give you just set up. I have this 10-gallon tank. Just let me set it up at your place, I'll do it all. Get him hooked, I'll give it to you for free. It's like a drug dealer. The first one's on me. This 10-gallon tank, the light, the fish, this one's on me. Just about to say that my brother is the only one. How many of us have friends and family whose eyes glaze over when I talk fish? I don't even. My family's like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, nothing. I'm a bum. Don't even talk to me about it. You don't want to hear it. It's mainly I don't want to talk about it. Like, well, what do you do? Nothing. You tell them you do fish for a living, and it's like, oh, saltwater? No. Oh, well, what kind of fish? What do you care? You don't know anything about them anyways. I could rattle off 100 different fish I have, and you wouldn't know a single one of them. I turn my friends into reptile nerds. Nice. They can bob. They are naturalized in some places in Vermont. There you go. White clouds overwintering. Mine did not overwinter at all. That was a failed experiment. That's what I did. Bought my BFF a ticket to Aquashella last year, and now I have 7 tanks set up in her house. Nice. Tell them you collect poop, $1 a pile. And speaking of a pile of poop, candy overhauls. Dropping a deuce. Thank you. Or they ask like catfish or bass to eat. Yes, yeah, I get that one too. And I don't know. I guess I shouldn't be so negative about it. They're taking an interest, but it's not like a real interest. They don't really care. It's just small talk. Who's got time for small talk? Not me. I like to tell people the Latin name and just confuse them. That would be funny. Tell them you can't fish. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to call it. I got stuff to do. I got to feed the dogs, feed myself, etc., etc. I want to thank Rich for becoming a member. Fish Tank Barn, Joe, Mike, Mr. Zen, Eric, Fantastic Freaks, I should say, Fish Dreams, Matthew Vargas, Fish Room Fever, Candy Overhauls, all for dropping deuces on my stream. I appreciate it. I will get this mailed out when I get back. Send this bad boy off to Caleb. Essentially, you guys paid for this hat, and it's now being donated to Caleb. So thank you guys for dropping deuces, allowing me to buy this hat, and allowing me to... Wait, can we do like some side action? Yeah. To Caleb. I don't know if Caleb's still here, Candy, but still need that video of Flame Steen overhauls. Whenever you got time. But anyways, thanks for hanging out, guys. I really appreciate it, and we'll be back 9 a.m. Pacific Thursday morning, as always, unless, of course, I found Bigfoot and I'm hanging out with him. If that's the case, I won't be back till Monday. See ya.
can't see the curvature of the Earth because your eyes are round. Well, then Jimmy should be able to see it.
Chris Jobs Aquarium Tanks with the $4.20 super chat. I think by looking at Mike's eyes, we know what that means. Thank you, Chris.
Technical answer, only if it's from Flip Aquatics could it handle that load?
Oh,
Yeah, they're clearly superior.
clearly superior.
Knows how to handle a load.
That's right.
Wow, who is this guy? Right, Bob? Man, he's been voted out of the league.
This is the best part. I think Bob
Man.
literally got tears coming out his nose at this point.